Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 4 and today we will be presenting material of describing language. This material is a continuation of the material from the previous group and now Group 4 will be explaining the rest of the material from describing language. And the first material will be presented by me, Ferizka. First is language variation and register analysis. Language variation helps to distinguish one person or group of people from others when they use language. Even we are all involved in another kind of variation, but we have the same purpose as a means of communication. This kind of language variation can be vary from minute to minute in the same day is usually called register. Language variation to the context of use is enable us to distinguish formal or informal language and written or spoken language. This whole communicative act is made up of a number of contextually dependent factors. Hutchinson and Waters, 2010, gave examples of language variation. The next slide shows two different styles with the same purpose. The first text is a transcript of a demonstration in using late, while the second text is the instruction from the manuals. Text 1. Now I have to change the final size drill I require, which is 3/4 of an inch diameter, and this is called a Morse taper sleeve. A slower speed for a larger drill. Nice even fit should give a reasonable finish to the hole. Applying the coolant periodically. This is mainly for lubrication rather than cooling. Almost to depth now. Right, withdrawing the drill. That's fine. Text 2. 1. Select required drill. 2. Mount drill in tailstock. Use taper sleeves as necessary. 3. Set speed and start machine spindle. 4. Position tailstock to workpiece. 5. Apply firm even pressure to tailstock hand wheel to feed drill into workpiece. 6. Apply coolant frequently. 7. Drill hole to depth. 8. Withdraw drill. 9. Stop machine. Now we can see in text 1, the speakers is not giving a direct set of instruction but actually commenting on what he's doing. Function as a set of instruction. In text 1, there is an interpersonal dimension. The language is therefore less formal and contains some comments and expression of feeling. The grammar of text 2 is consistent, and in text 1 is less consistency because is a free-flowing piece of spoken discourse. Even though those texts are different in styles, but both convey the same message and purpose. The first text seems less formal and contains the expression, feelings, and comments from the door. And it also spoken which indicates the situation of the door in doing the demonstration, while the second one is more formal and it is written. If language varies according to the context, it should be possible to identify the kind of language associated with a specific context, such as an area of knowledge, legal English, social English, medical English, business English, and scientific English, or an area of use, technical manuals, academic texts, business meetings, advertisement, doctor-patient communication, and etc., which means register analysis. This will affect English for specific purposes. The next material will be presented by Dasri Milah.
Alright, thank you, Ferizka. Next, number 2, National Functional Grammar. The national functional approach in English as a second language or nations. Real life situations in which people communicate, which are further broken down into functions, specific aims of communication. So, Functional national grammar focus on the purpose for which language is used. It emphasizes communicative purpose of a speech act. It underlines what students want to do or what they want to accomplish. The functional national approach helps students to use real and appropriate language for communication. The design of a functional national syllabus contributes to the goal of communication and interaction from the first day of study. The student of ESP needs are not to learn the basic grammar, but rather to learn how to use the knowledge they already have to achieve the goals of communications. What is function? It is a specific grammatical patterns or common expressions. It is also the use of language to achieve a purpose, usually involving interacting at least between two people. It represents the intention of the speaker or writer. And next, what is notion? It is a concept or idea. It is the word following functional expression. It may be expressed through vocabulary, nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. Prepositions, conjunctions, miscellaneous words. Notion reflects the way in which the human mind thinks. There are the categories into which the mind and theory language divides reality. Example of functions: there is questioning, requesting, agreeing, evaluating, persuading, arguing, informing, advising, warning, threatening, describing, and etc. Example of nations: there is time, frequency, durations, gender, location, quantity, quality, and etc. A nation may be time past. This may include past tenses, phrases like a month ago, in 2021, last week, and utterances using temporal clauses beginning with when, before, after, and soon. And next, what is national meaning? National meaning is the meaning of element expressed through names, verbs, pronouns, and etc. It is also called conceptual meaning or grammatical meaning. And next, what is functional meaning? Functional meaning is functional meaning of utterance like request, advice, and etc. Next, example of national meaning and functional meaning. For the example, number 1, the teacher to the students. It is hot in this room. National, the temperature is 32. And functional, it is a request. Switch on the fan. And number 2, the teacher. Why are you late? The student. There was a traffic jam. Notional. And functional, it is an apology because he is late.
Alright, thank you, Milah. Next, discourse or rhetorical analysis. The word discourse comes from Latin discursus, which denoted conversation speech. Example: sermon, argument, jokes, narrative, novel, short story, discourse of peace, discourse of food, medical discourse, and so on. Next, discourse analysis or discourse study. Discourse analysis is sometimes defined as the analysis of language, above the sentences or beyond the sentences. It is an approach the analysis of written, vocal, or sing language use, or any significant semiotic event.
Some discourse analyses consider the larger discourse context in order to understand how it affects the meaning of the sentences. The object of discourse analysis are variously defined in terms of coherent sequence of sentences, preposition, speech, and other. Next, context of the sentences. If we take the sample sentences, it is raining, and we put into the three different dialogues, we can see how the meanings change. Number 1, child. Can I go out to play? Mothers. It's raining. Number 2, wife. Have you cut the grass yet, husband? It's raining. John. I think I'll go out for a walk. Mary. It's raining. In each case, the propositional meaning statement of the sentences is the same. The notions in it are also the same, present time neuter, but the sentences is the fulfilling three different communicative purpose. In first dialogue, the child is asking permission to go out. In second dialogue, it is raining function as a reason or an excuse. In third, the dialogue, this time is probably acting as a device or mild warning and might take place between friends. Okay, next, factor. The meaning of these same 10 sentences change with the different contexts. This change is brought about by two factors. Number 1 is the sociology-linguistic context, who is speaking to whom and why. Number 2 is discursive meaning, the relative position of the utterance are followed. For example, if we take the third dialogue above and turn the two utterance round, we get it's raining and I think I'll go out for a walk. By doing so, we have first of all removed the idea of the advice or warning. We have also completely changed the logical meaning of the dialogue. In the first example, the underlying meaning is that rain provides a reason against going for a walk, whereas in the reverse example, rain is a reason in favor of going out for a walk. Thus, the relative position of the utterance within the discourse affects the meaning of the discourse. Next, 2 key. Discourse analysis has been closely associated with ESP. We can identify 2 key ways which the result of studies into the nature of discourse have been used in ESP teaching materials. Number 1, learners are made aware on stage in certain set-piece transactions associated with particular specialist fields. One of the most influential projects of his kind has been the analysis of doctor and patient communication by Kenling, Britton, and Leader, 1976. Number 2, the second use of discourse analysis is in ESP has been through materials which I'm the explain with meaning is created by the relative position of the sentences in a written text. And the last, summary. In discourse analysis, we are concerned with how meaning is generated in sentences. The context of the sentences is very important in creating the meaning. The meaning of the sentence will be changed with the different contexts. There are 2 factors that can change the meaning. Number 1 is the sociological factor. Number 2, discursive meaning. Okay, thank you very much for your great attention, guys. And thank you for your listening. May all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.